Roll call first. Steve, you want to start?
Sure. Steve Spolhot, Supervisor, Park Township.
Heather Bowden, MDOT Statewide Planning.
Russ DeSile with Haviland Charter Township.
Craig Van Beek, Howard County Commission.
Tom Bird at large. Nathan Box, City of Holland.
Jason Lakeland, the back.
John Youngford, Fillmore.
Kevin Plaistra, City of Zeeland.
Tom Hunt, Zeeland Charter Township.
Blake Wright, MDOT, Grand Region.
Larry Brown, Allen County Road Commission.
Steve Rickler, Duluth County Township.
Jim Story at large.
Frank Garcia, Will County Road Commission.
Alec Miller, the MACC.
Judy Fisher, the MACC.
Eric Dexter, the MACC.
Great, thank you. Alec is playing Arvana today with our new high technology. Thank you, Alec, for that. We'll click the next one and we'll go to Pledge of Allegiance. Let's try that. Look at that, it works. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would introduce a motion, or entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Got a motion by Brown, is there support? Support. Support, I will give that to Steve. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, public comment. Is there anyone here who would like to address the MACC? Great, I won't go through the whole speech then. Public comment is closed. Turn it over to Jason.
All right, thank you so much. Well, it's a pretty light agenda today. We're going to start off with the most important thing, which is the tip amendments. And Alec, that's you.
Do a little ad lib right there. So we're actually going to do review week schedule, which I was going to show everyone as we can. So, Mayor Box, if you just want to read off what the schedule says for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. I know on Sunday I'm doing a leadership ride at, I believe, 2 o'clock in the afternoon that starts at Window on the Waterfront. That's the only thing I can read.
You have that right.
Yeah.
So, I will email this out to everybody so you can look at it. But Sean, our intern, he had to go back to Michigan State. So today was his first day back. He will be back for review week in person. He already got an okay from all of his professors, so that'll be good. But a couple things we got going on. Sunday, this is the leadership bike ride. It's 2 to 4 p.m. Window on the Waterfront. We're trying to get all of our city officials and all of you who make a difference in this community to get there and meet with the constituents and go on a nice little, I think it's like a 2-mile bike ride, 2 or 3, maybe 4, maybe longer.
I heard 4.5.
4.5.
That's what I was reading for.
So, yeah, now I start at Window on the Waterfront, go around Collin Park, everything, come back, and we'll be done before 4:25 so we can watch the Packers beat the Lions. So, go here.
Did you just?
Oh, sorry. Bring them downstage. This is not only our review week calendar. At the same time, the City of Holland and ODC is doing what they're calling Sustainability Week. So this has a ton of things. There are 2 things going on Monday, 2 things going on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, and a couple on Saturdays. But a couple of the big ones that I want to hit on are the Wednesday, 5 to 7 p.m. That's the Upper MACC Tower Greenway Bike Ride. This isn't like the leadership, but this is just more community focused. We want people to get out and walk there, we can talk to them and explore the trails. So people can check out the Upper MACC. And then Friday, Bike for a Brew, 3 to 5 p.m. at 205, which is one of my favorite coffee shops in Holland. If you bike over to 205 and you come in with your bike helmet, you get a 50% discount on the drink. And I think they're actually doing a matcha. I don't know if you know what matcha is, but it's a green looking drink. So fitting for review week. And then finally, our last one, our big one, is Saturday. That's the Green Energy Concert and Recycle event at Collin Park. The recycling event is from 2:30 to 7 p.m. and the music will be live from 5 to 6:30 p.m. So there'll be a bunch of food trucks there, and the special event is so you can bring stuff to recycle. I guess that's what Dan Boer's doing with the city. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Sean, again, has done a great job doing all this scheduling. So, yeah, this is the schedule that I'll send to all of you.
Are the Rolling Stones still coming?
Rolling Stones are coming, they are. And let me know if any of you have seen any of our ads on Facebook, because we got a little extra money this year, so we tried to boost some Facebook ads for events, and we've been getting some positive feedback on that. So, the next thing I have here, this is a fiscal 23-26 tip amendment. This is job number 223696. It shows two of them, but it is one consolidated job, but it has two separate phases. So the ROW phase is going to be delayed to fiscal year 2026, and then the con is delayed to fiscal year 2027. Two amendments are needed because the project needs to be delayed from the current tip cycle, and then it needs to be added to the 26-29 tip cycle. And if I'm correct, this is going to be my last 23-26 amendment, right? For
What is this, August?
Yeah,
Well, you'll have September.
September. Okay, so and
Well,
then
but then you, yeah, they
because we already transitioned them all to 26, 29 and stuff. So maybe wrong a little bit, but yeah. So mainly this is
yeah, it should be.
This is a bank stabilization, approximately 700 feet east of Waverly Road. Blake, you want to?
Oh, yeah. The reason for the delay was we needed some additional hydraulic analysis. Construction year was originally going to be 26, but we're moving it to 27. So that's why those phases are getting bumped up here.
We have, I know it's difficult because you guys can't see all the information that well, but do you have any?
I move that we delay the right of way project.
Well, I had only two special amendments for this. So if you would like to read this one.
I was just gonna do it.
Yeah, oh, since you're at the attack league. So
Yeah, I already did it once.
Yeah, you already did it once.
So I make a motion to approve the FY 2023-26 tip amendment of the delaying both JN 223696 phases out of the current FY 2023-26 tip cycle.
Support.
All right, we got a motion and a support. Any further comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Thank you.
I have basically the same one if anyone wants it or you want to take it back, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2026 through 2029 TIP amendment of adding both the JN 2023-696 phases to the current fiscal year 2026 through 2029 tip cycle.
Great, so there's a motion, looking for support. All right, you got support? Thank you. Any further comments or questions? All right, all in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
And then opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. That's all I have.
Great, thanks, Alex. Now we're ready for the MDOT comments. Any MDOT comments?
Mostly just hurry up and get your projects obligated.
Yeah, that comment's
That's
all-
always the
that's
rush. It's the rush time of year.
Construction looks good. There's some things that on my way into work that looks like they're wrapping up, which is really nice. So hopefully that project might be a little ahead of schedule. I'm happy about that. Thank you. And I don't see federal highway here, so no federal highway comments. Unless you guys heard everything, nothing. I've heard nothing. Federal highway in a little while.
No, they're just in the process of reviewing the tips. The UWPs have been reviewed. Little comments have come back. I don't know if you guys were affected by
I
that.
had to change one word.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's, yes.
One
Those-
singular word out
Yeah.
of an 85-page document, and Luke Walters told me to do it, and I think this was around conference time, I got busy and did it, he just texted me the other week and was like, hey, you have to change this one word, otherwise you're not gonna approve it. So I said,
Yeah.
yes, sir, I went in there and changed one word.
Yeah, that's a lot, that's a lot of what the other NPOs, UWPs are looking like. And they're doing something a little different than normally has been done in the past, where they actually are not gonna be sending out the approval letter until all those little one-word changes are made, so that's what we're pushing for this week, to get that done.
Very good. All right, jumping into the administrative update. Start with the financial report. So you guys probably saw, hopefully, just took a quick look. We're doing really good. We're making sure that the government grant funding that we receive is being spent. We don't want to leave any of that the federal dollars on the table. So we're pretty much upper 90% for all of those grant fundings from CPG to data collection and our Safe Streets for All. And we're doing really well. The one we're a little low on is the Clean Air Action, but that's Green Commute Week, and we're going to be really working on that the next couple weeks. So we'll bring that number up pretty close. So that's going very well. Next up would be the Executive Committee report. I don't know if you guys have a chance to look at that or not, but I do like to go over that with you guys. And I think first piece, I think we're going to be talking about the overpayment by MDOT. I don't know if they're going to send an invoice. They haven't really said exactly how what that's going to look like. But I'm assuming an invoice is going to come one of these days.
Just make sure every word is correct.
Yeah, run that by legal counsel. But we'll see. That's just something that I can't wait to get from them. The other thing is our handbook. We did discuss the PTO, and it looks like being in line with maybe City Holland. I did talk to Steve Foltice, Howard Charter Township. 240 hours, that's going to be the maximum that you can carry. But upon separation of the maximum we're going to pay out is 2 weeks. And I think that's just from a fiscal responsibility kind of standpoint. We discussed at the exact level that if the three of us all left at the same time and we all had 240 hours in our bank, then that's the max rate can be 3 pretty big checks. And we thought that it makes sense just to cap it at 2 weeks. But yeah, the idea right now we only were able to carry over 1 week of vacation from one fiscal year to the next, which means you really couldn't kind of take a 2-week vacation until maybe after Christmas. Maybe those first 3 months you were just going to have to bank time. So the 240 now we can kind of build that up over a few years and keep that. So that was, I think that's a good change. I think it makes sense. The other thing that's been a hot topic is the idea of the MACC helping support you guys with some TIF type discussions, or maybe even 425 agreement type discussions, anything that has to do with land use and zoning. Fillmore Township reached out and had a couple of questions. I spoke to a consulting firm, Fishback, and they're willing to come out and have a discussion and answer questions and just work with us. And I actually asked them if there's other information they could put together, like educational kind of pamphlets and those type of things. And they said that they would love to help with that. I did talk to the Township Association as well. They are calling me back this afternoon. So I'm sure they have some information that they can share with us. But just kind of getting me and my staff up to speed a little bit more on zoning and land use. We use a lot of land use when it comes to the transportation planning side, but then there's a zoning piece as well. So we'd like to get a little bit better acquainted with those rules and laws. But certainly, Fishback's a great firm, and they're willing to come out and talk to us. And I just told them we'd give them some dates that would work for us, and then he'd work into a the schedule, so more to come on that. But any other comments or ideas that you have, I'm open for it.
Okay. Yeah, I was getting an email from Steve Penfield, I don't know if he's an MTA maybe, I don't know, I was getting kind of confused. Me too, but I told him we're kind of working with you guys.
Okay,
So,
yep.
I
I know the name, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I've met him before, or not.
I think maybe he's an MTA, maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Those Fishback, then we worked with them on these condos Steve and I did with this
Okay.
FEMA.
Gotcha, yeah.
The flood, they weren't trying to get out because they fixed the drainage on 196 there,
Yeah.
on N31.
Yep.
And FEMA's got it on a flood zone yet, and they're trying to get out of that because it's, figured it's good now. But getting out of FEMA's flood zone is really quite a challenge.
I can only imagine. Yeah, updating those.
That's what, Steve and I were at a meeting with them a couple months ago.
Okay, yeah, and they have, I think, 4 or 5 offices in Michigan.
Okay.
And I know that the engineering, as well as Lakeview side,
Okay.
they're a really good firm that does a lot of work in our area, so.
Yeah, they seem really good.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's see, next up, at exec, I shared just kind of draft performance review documents. I'm gonna try to finalize those a little bit more, and we'll have kind of a little bit more robust discussion at next month's exec committee. So I think what we did last year is kind of in September, bring the findings of that discussion back to this group in September. So there'll be more discussion at exec and an update in September. The one thing that I'm also working on right now that I wanted to have ready, but it's not quite there, is that value report. We did one a couple years ago, so probably doing it every 2 years. So I'm pulling some of that value, the value that the MACC brings to the membership. So some of those numbers are still getting crunched, and some of the formatting is still getting worked on. The other piece that I want to add to that document is green commute. Obviously, the green commute's not for another couple weeks. So I think those 2 pieces, the value report and green commute, I'm going to get on the road in October and November to share that information with members. So that will be more to come on that as well. And next up is MACC Holding. So after our September meeting, the MACC Holding groups that can meet our members for that, and we can do our yearly update, which usually goes pretty quick, nice and easy meeting. I'll have all that stuff in the packet and send out next month. But things are looking good. Our MACC Holding funds are with MACC Bank, which is nice, and we just renewed our CD with that and got good rates. So I'm happy about that. And then the last piece is Dave B is retiring from West Michigan Regional Planning Commission, and there shouldn't be obviously any impact on us, but I know Allegheny County, the majority of it is part of the rural task force, which Dave B and his one employee are responsible for. And if they need help on anything, we'll help them, because we have staff that's very familiar with MDOT's process and programming jobs and those kind of things. So if MDOT sees anything, or if Dave B's group needs anything, we just throw our name out there. So, oh, we need stuff, we'll help. So we'll see if we're just sitting and waiting and see how that works. I don't really know. What that timeline is, I think it's by the end of the year that they will be retiring. And I know he wants to get somebody on board to kind of help train, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I would just say, we need to make sure we've got our fall RTF meeting scheduled, and the small urban call for projects is about to come out in the next couple of weeks. So Oh, I should have announced that, sorry. For those,
Maybe
for
we'll-
those of you who are eligible for small urban funds, yes, be on the lookout for a call for projects for fiscal year 27 through 29. And Dave's group, Spencer, is the one that's supposed to be scheduling all of those meetings.
Yeah. So if he reaches out,
Yeah, I mean, I'm also in charge of the world program for MDOT, so
good.
we're good.
No, it's nice to have Spencer there, because I know there's, times where there was nobody for a while. Because somebody left there. All right, so any questions with the exec committee or anything else? I think things are going pretty good. We're keeping busy, that's for sure. I think now that the conference is over, we're trying to get caught up on a lot of stuff, which is nice. All right, I think we're ready for the round table, and I think we should always start with the host.
Oh. Yeah. We already talked about TIP. Yeah, other one, we're working on Blue Star Water, can't get enough signatures, so we're gonna make it a little bit smaller, probably just get started. At least got a line out there, got a way to shoot it out. It's been a little frustrating trying to, deal, I don't know, people don't, they're just, I don't patient with stubborn people, so whatever, but we'll work. I'm probably not good at the job, but it's like, come on. But anyway, we're putting a new boardwalk in our park, and I think we're gonna use some of our LG Chem money for that and make it a little bit nicer, you think, because they like us to use that, as long as they put a sign up for them, that it's their money, so, and a few other things. Right now we're just, so that'll probably happen this year yet. Right now it's not in very good shape, and we're just gonna tear it out. But we only got one park, so. But ODC, they take care of it for us, they mow the grass and maintain it. They do a good job of that. So, seeing they're right next door to the road. So, other than that, I think things are rolling along. I think the cell phone tower that's going to go through now, so that's all done through court now. So that's a go. And it's been a busy year. There's a lot of building permits coming through. There's a lot of activity going on. So,
Good signs.
yeah. He's got somebody's got to tear his porch down because he built too close to the road. But oh well. Might need a court order there too. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Very good.
And we gotta get our things. I need the IT guy to figure out.
Next meeting.
Frustrating. Yeah, next year.
You got a year to figure it out.
All right, want to go this way?
Sure, I don't have anything to share. I'll just hit on, ice rink is coming along really quickly. We got our last of our big concrete pours, 4 o'clock on Wednesday morning, so anybody who's interested in coming down and watching lots and lots of concrete get poured at 4 a.m. We was talking to one of our construction consultants who whispered in my ear, he said, your staff does not want you to know this, but you have enough cooling power to cool 3 NHL rinks here, and frankly, you could skate all summer long, as long as you kept the ice covered. You could do that. They said it top would melt a little bit in the sunshine, but you could skate at night all year round. So we're looking probably at 5 to 6 months skating season on the ice rink. City Council set cost at $10 for an hour and a half, which includes skate rental. We're also going to be providing skating lessons for elementary students throughout the Holland area. Hope College students have volunteered to teach a lot of those lessons. There'll also be public ice skating lessons, I believe, on Saturdays. I don't recall the curling rink rental costs right off the top of my head, but we're going to do our best to make it affordable for anybody who wants to come. But if you want to lobby with me to skate in July, I may be putting a petition. Tom?
The only thing I have to mention, those of you who are with cities or county government and several townships, you've probably received information about participating in the opioid settlement. There's $154 million potentially available to the state of Michigan for specific entities. I don't know how they pick them. For example, Holland City, Holland Township, and Park Township are on the list, but is Zeeland on the list, you know?
That's the first I've heard of that, so.
Yeah.
Clear living in Zealand.
But the deadline is September 30th, and the $154 million we paid out over 15 years, so it's about $10 million a year. If you divide that up between the potential claimees, it's not a whole lot of money, but it is a pot of money that can be used for efforts to overcome the effects of the opioid addiction problem. And to the extent that you're willing to work with your local CNH agencies and their SUD programs, that might be something for you to consider doing.
Nothing for me today.
A couple big projects. One is hopefully the Beeline Road construction will be done. That's also part of the big pump station upgrade that we did, as well as a wastewater line going into some industrial park. But I know frustrates me because I can't use that road. And I think a lot of other people use Beeline to get over to Lowe's and every place else. If you notice a lot of kids in the area, this last weekend there were 300 soccer teams that came in for 5-state region, including Canada. I know they played in 2 of our big parks, and they probably played in some other soccer fields around here as well. Went through the Quincy Street Park in the middle of the afternoon. There are cars everywhere, and kids and parents and concession stands and everything else going on. So fun to bring in a lot of people from all over the state, as well as the regional state area. And then September 17th through 19th is the grand opening for the community center. So if you like pickleball, if you like walking the track, if you like lifting weights, you can rent out a room, you can rent out a thing for a birthday party or a wedding or whatever else you want to. We have a large community room that can be rented for that. So works, trying to spread that word, but yeah, the grand opening is going to be in a few weeks.
Great.
I'm a little surprised. We approved a parking lot in the bathroom. I didn't realize that public bathrooms outside, can be so darn expensive. I feel like I'm building a small house next to the pickleball courts. So Russ could have his, bathroom, and maybe we should put a sign for your, a favorite parking spot in the parking lot. So we just
sounds good.
We just approved a parking lot in a bathroom project next to the pickleball courts on the old airport property. So that's pretty exciting. Another fun project that we got verbal approval from our board is that we had a fairly significant disaster, if you want to call it a disaster, in May with the high winds through the Waukegan Woods. A pretty crappy deal, and people are still recovering from that. A siren strategy was put on the docket this past Thursday, and our board has approved moving forward with some type of proposal, and we'll work with our neighboring townships to make sure we're not, overlapping too much. But it seems like an old technology, but the community truly needs these type of redundancies. This is another tool in the toolbox, and for every person who says that's a poor use of money, I get 3 emails that say, why aren't they there? So I think you just, Russ, you relayed, how many teams are out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks don't necessarily have their phone in their pocket, and a siren is the appropriate way to get a safety message across in an emergency. So we're going to move forward and do something pretty significant with sirens across our Park Township community. I was made aware of there's big projects that are happening that kind of happen. The Wyoming treatment plant, Wyoming water treatment plant is putting in a 52-inch main. I think it affects you guys, 54-inch, affects you guys more than we do. But road and infrastructure and there's millions of dollars being spent on infrastructure that arguably doesn't affect us. We're not, we asked to get a little water for a little cemetery, and kind of jokingly, I think we're just going to be a zone off their sprinkling system. But yet, we can't get, really can't get water off of Wyoming very conveniently. But they pump that water east and to a pretty significant amount of water that goes out. So they're putting another pipe in. So it's fascinating that, behind the scenes you have these major projects happening. So news to me. We did have a small transition to a new manager. So today, Bill Cousins is now our interim township manager. So he started this morning. So I can take that crappy title. Steve has 2 titles on. I can now take that
You
title.
may be there forever.
Well, maybe not. He said no. So, but it is interesting just to see a gentleman who just wants to step up and serve, and look forward to having Bill on our team for a few months. So hopefully have the chance he'll show up at some of the meetings representing our township.
Super, yeah. So the biggest news, I suppose, is our power plant is extended another 90 days on the eve of the closure again. So not that we did maybe expect it, but we'll see where it goes. Still moving forward with plans for ash core, the fly ash reclamation program that's supposed to be starting. So I've got some meetings scheduled with those folks for the township. Also, our master plan process has been going, was getting close to closure, and the board did send it back to the planning commission for a couple, there was an error on the map, so that was kind of automatic, but then there was a couple other areas of concern. So master plan back to the planning commission, another public hearing, back to us again in October possibly. And then the water transmission main, Wyoming transmission main is another thing that's starting up, and it's not actively in construction in our area yet, but it's soon to be. And so I've been to pre-con meetings for that, and it's been, they have a very solid plan going forward, dewatering, runoff, all of the stuff that's going to be subsidiary to the project. So, and so we're looking forward to that. And we also added, I think I mentioned this maybe in a previous meeting, but we had, because we're going to be tearing up the road in its entirety and then repaving, we put the money forward to extend the shoulders, to have paved shoulders, and then worked with the county on the restriping to be a little narrower, so we got 3-foot shoulders for walking and what have you, because it's a little bit sketchy out there sometimes with the shoulder. So that's about it for you.
Nice.
Well, our road projects, they continue. Part of our role on the road commission is that we also oversee the utilities, which includes water and so forth. And we're starting to hear some concerns from farmers and so forth that the water levels have really gone drastically down because of the drought this summer. So not much that we can do that, but it's something that I know the Ottawa County Board has been trying to share that information with our farmers and everyone else. And they finally came home, unfortunately, with some of our residents out there who are experiencing water shortage to the water fields and so forth, including my favorite course, golf course. The only positive thing is that my tee shot now is 75 yards long. That's the only positive behind it.
A couple of things at the airport. On July 27th, West Michigan Regional Airport became the first airport in Michigan to refuel an electric plane, reflecting the installation by Beta Technologies, a Vermont company, of an electric charging station, both for aircraft, and we also installed one for surface vehicles. I don't think that industry is going to be in prime time quite yet, but we are positioned to grow with it. That plane came to us from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, in the annual fly-in by the Experimental Aircraft Association. And I think it continued on to Lansing, where another charging station is. West Michigan Regional is one of 4 airports in Michigan that received these charging stations. Beta Technologies received a grant from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation to do that. The other three, in case you're curious, are Traverse City Landscape, of course, the state capital, and Ypsilanti's Boulevard. Also in the area of investment, construction started 2 weeks ago today of our North Taxi Lane project, building a new taxi lane on the north side of the airport terminal, if you're aware of that. That's a $2.3 million project. Important because we run out of space, or the airport run out of space for hangars to be located adjacent to a taxi lane, which is kind of important for aircraft to be able to get a taxi lane. So amazingly, that construction will be done by mid-October, and 61 days. You want to get down to the details, and hopefully in the spring, conversations are underway. In the spring, we'll see private developer building additional hangar space. Under the able chairmanship of Supervisor Schoolhoff, we retained Meeting Hunt as our consultant, aviation consultant for another 5 years. They've been with the airport for 20, and as a matter of fact, they are one of the premier aviation consulting firms in the country. And so it requires a community process to retain them under Michigan Department of Aeronautics regulations. And so thank you, Supervisor, for leading that. And then finally, I'm out of work. We hired the airport hired a new manager, Matt Nines. He started work on June the 9th, and I completed my transition assignment a week ago. Friday. Mr. Nines, Matt, is spelled N-E-Y-E-N-S, by the way. Comes to West Michigan Regional from Denver International Airport, where he had progressively increasing responsibility, primarily in payments, which is the deal for airports, that you have good payment. And he's a native of Michigan, grew up on the east side of the state, but he's a graduate of Western Michigan University's Aviation School. And pleasure working with him like these past 2 months, and I think the airport will be flying high, so to speak, under his leadership. Thank you.
So Lake Town, we awarded a contract to repave a multi-use path along 147th between 60th and 64th. So that will happen this fall, which is good. If anybody doesn't have anything to do, on November 24th, that's a Saturday, we have a Great Gatsby-themed party at the Felt Mansion, where all 120-odd Christmas trees will be lit as well. So it's the lighting of the trees ceremony, but it's also a Great Gatsby party, so you can sign up for that beginning September 15th. If you know somebody, like you send me an email, you can sign up September 15th. The public sign up is until October 15th. So we're continuing to interview for, my board is totally committed to getting rid of the manager that we currently have. So you are too. I am the most committed. So we're continuing to interview. We have a candidate coming back in on the 2nd. And I'm hoping that this month, or by mid-September, we have something. We've made it very hard on ourselves because we have a very divided board. And we have different priorities for what we're looking for. So I have some board members who are looking for what I would describe based on what they've said. They're looking for someone who's very pliant, who will just do what they're told to do, won't push projects, won't push agenda items on the board. And then I'm one of the people on the board who thinks the job of the manager is to bring up issues for the board to consider, because the manager's there all day, every day, and should be letting the board know, hey, this issue's coming up in the township, this this is important for us to do. So it's two very different approaches, and that's why we keep twisted up. So I believe in what Warren Buffett said. When you're hiring somebody, your number one thing is integrity. You have to hire people who have integrity. If you hire people who have integrity, then you're looking for intelligence and experience right after that, and energy. But if you hire somebody that doesn't have integrity, you better hope they are slow and lazy. Anyway, wish us luck.
All right, I'm not just sure how to follow up on that, but we're continuing with our paving projects this year. I think we're getting along pretty well there. Our chip seal program is drawing to an end. We're still quite a ways behind on the fog coating of those chip seals, but we've got some time left, so everything seems to be going okay.
Zealand, our bike path is complete between Byron Road and Adams, so kind of connects the greenway around, so that if you're out riding bikes, try it out. It's a nice path. Just as far as roads go, we got one thing going on in the roads. Gentex is putting in turn lanes on Quincy for the new preschool, daycare, whatever they call it, center. Worked with ODC. So if you're traveling east to west on Quincy through Zealand Township, there's a temporary stoplight. It's one lane and it could take you a little extra time, so plan for that. Anyway, other than that, not much going on.
Zealand, we are in the process of adding on, and well, pretty much redid the whole Hoagland Park on the south side of town. $1 million, a big part of it is the bathroom. Those are expensive, see. Yeah, like you said, you could build a small house for what they would build a bathroom for. Have the winding down on the road project we had, where we replaced water and sewer and putting in new sidewalks. Decided that we didn't have enough controversy with the Meade Johnson thing. We thought we would add Sunday alcohol sales to the city of Zealand. We're working on that as well, and the Meade Johnson thing is winding down. We've got a few more parcels to rezone, but the hardest part is done. So hopefully that all is done by the end of October. So. And also truck parade this Monday, so goes through Zealand, ends up in Holland by the Civic Center. Rousing speeches by the mayor and I, and you can come and vote on who gives the most rousing speech.
You're getting the draft to me, right?
Anyway, that's it.
All right, very good. Well, I think that's it for the meeting today. The next is September 22nd. And looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And support. All in favor? Thank you.